John Moran from Liveable Limerick. We're here, directly elected mayor, 1,000 days almost since the people of Limerick voted this in. How important is today?
This is a really important day. I mean, essentially it's a really important time for Limerick to speak up and let Dublin know that we're tired of waiting. As you say, it's over 2 years since we voted to have a directly elected mayor. At the time, Limerick wants change. They want better government locally. They want more democratic accountability. And that's what this is all about. And having said they want that, it just is beyond us why we're still waiting. People in Dublin are saying that they're doing this as quickly as they can, but we know you can put more resources, you can get this done more quickly. What's clear now is that everybody has said we need a mayor with more power and more money. So the government know what to do, they just need to get on and do it.
And it's tough, I think, for the people of Limerick who did vote for this. They're probably wondering, what's going on? Why hasn't this happened? And, you don't want them to lose faith in something like this.
Absolutely. And look, it's a favourite trick. I mean, if you don't want something to happen, you make it sound complicated, you try and delay it, and eventually people get tired. And that's what today's about, is saying we're not getting tired down here in Limerick, we're not giving up, we want this, and we're going to now sign up to our petition to actually show just how many people care.
And you mentioned there places in Limerick and getting things done. Limerick now has so much to offer. We are 20 minutes from an international airport. We have the Greenway now. We have so many tourism spots all across the city and county, and it's about time now maybe that we get this up and running for the people of Limerick.
Yeah, well, as soon as we have this, then we can have a single voice. We can also have a community and an identity that can speak through the office of the mayor, and funds can be used locally. I mean, you're right that we've had lots of things that seem to have happened, but it's at too slow a pace. The scale of development that's happening in other cities, even in Ireland, is now moving much faster than Limerick. And part of the reason is that because we know we're having a directly elected mayor, our own councillors, our own local government is in a bit of a limbo. I mean, they're like caretaker government, so they can't make big decisions. And Limerick needs some big decisions to be made in the next couple of years for us to reach our potential.
This is the first major change in a century. When you think about it, put it in its scale. It's a century since any kind of local government reform has really taken place. It's happening first here in Limerick. We should be proud of that. We should also be aware that we have a responsibility not just to Limerick, but to Waterford, to Cork, to all the other cities of the country that are coming behind us, to make sure that the power of this mayor is sufficient to deliver on any mandate that's given them by the people.
Because I guess if you're people of Limerick and you're voting for something and nothing's happening, it kind of, it's quite concerning, because then you're kind of thinking, is anyone listening to them?
Exactly, and then think of the corrosive effect. If you have a mayor that has no powers, that is essentially a highly paid lobbyist with a couple of highly paid advisors, think how corrosive that will be to the public trust. They'll be rocking around during the campaign going, oh yeah, I'll get your house, I'll fix the trees, I'll change the buses, I'll do all this stuff. But actually, they don't have the power to do anything. All they can do is get the bus up to Dublin, from Limerick, and plead with the people in Dublin to give them a few scraps. That's not who we voted for. We voted for a mayor the same way they've got a mayor in London or other directly elected mayors around the world who have the power to make change for the people in Limerick. That's what we want, isn't it?
We've spoken about tourism, we've spoken about hospitality, we've spoken about, regeneration and community centres. But this has such an economic impact on Limerick as well.
A directly elected mayor would be able to channel hundreds of millions of euros of resources into the city and into the county. It's an important point to make. It's not just the city, it's also for the county. The mayor of Limerick, he or she or they, whoever they are, will actually be able to make a change for everyone. That's a couple 100,000 people. The benefits could be enormous, but they're only going to be enormous if the shape of the office is correct. If the powers that exist attract the kind of person who's going to say, yes, I'm going to fight for this. And yet the economic benefits are going to be off the charts if we can get our act together now.
This is not just a local level, it's not just a national level, it's international, because we can attract more tourism, more economics, more companies from abroad as well.
Yeah, you sound like you agree with us in signing this petition, but you're absolutely right. And in fact, it's important as a national level as well, because this is a test case for how to change local government across Ireland. We're the most centralised local or government in the European Union. And you can be sure that there's a lot of people in Dublin don't want this. Yeah. And so they will be working to try and prevent this happening. And what we need to do is gather the people of Limerick together to make them understand that we're not going to wait anymore. We want this delivered for Limerick and we want it now.
And if people want to join in and maybe, add their signature to the list, how do they get involved?
Yeah, more importantly, first of all, the most important thing they can do is, sign the petition themselves if they agree with what we're trying to do. Tell their friends, their family, and everyone else. It doesn't even need to be people in Limerick who sign, because we saw a lot of the Oireachtas members in the Dáil who were very supportive of this are from places like Waterford and others, right? But we're also an open campaign, so anybody who wants to get in touch with us to try and help us to get this forward, this isn't going to finish today. This is going to be every day until such time as we finally get legislation and finally get to vote for our own directly elected mayor.
John Moran, thanks so much for chatting to us.
You're absolutely pleasure. Thank you.